Hi guys. All right, today we're going to work on the weaving fish. There he is, and he's already got some pre-cut slats there, and that's where we're going to weave our paper strips through, and then you have a couple additional pieces as an accent. All right, so go ahead and let's get your fish, and we're going to pick your first strip. Now what you might want to do, let me tilt the camera, you might want to decide first which colors you want to go next to each other. Alright, so that would be just about laying out, and you're going to use, I believe, let's see here, I think we end up using 5. You should have 5 strips in here. Okay, so decide if you like them like that, or if you want to have it go from lightest to darkest. You'll know. Okay, and if you want to try something different, I suggest just kind of using what we have right now. But if you were to decide that you have colors that you really prefer, the paper is cut, you could cut it 1 inch wide, or this is 3/4 of an inch wide. Okay, and that would work just fine. So I think I'm going to go kind of in an ombre kind of look where it's going from lightest to darkest. All right, so I'm going to start with my darkest color, and the easiest thing to do is to pick up the fish in your left hand, and the hand that you write with is the one you want to pick up the strips with. So if you're left-handed, it would be like this. Your left hand would hold the strip. If you're right-handed and you normally write with your right hand, use this. All right, so you're going to take, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over the first strip and then under the one I'm holding in my hand. Okay, and you just kind of pull it through until it's kind of looking like an inchworm. And now I'm going to take it, so we went over, then under, so what's going to come next? Over, and then I'm going to pick up the next one and go under. Okay, and your ribbon's going to kind of, or your paper's going to kind of curl. So you just pull it loose. Okay, so there we have so far. So it's over, under, over, under, over, and now we're going to lift the one we're going under. All right, and that first one's done. Okay, and we can move it around when we get finished. Okay, now we're going to do the opposite. So here we went over on the first strip, so now we're going to go under, and that's what gives it the weaving, the woven effect. It's doing the opposite. Okay, so we've gone under, so we're going to go over the next strip, and then we're going to go under, and you can tell if it's going because you'll get like a little checkered effect. Now I'm going to go under this one, but I'm going to come up through this slat, and just be gentle, don't pull too hard. Okay, so now it's out, and it's over this one, so we're going to go under, and see how I just pushed it through that little slit? Okay, pull it underneath, see what it looks like? Okay, and now I'm going to go push, I'm pushing the paper away from each other so it's easier to do, and then I go over, and then I go under. Okay, now this is important. With weaving, you got to push the weaving materials towards each other so they start tightening up. Okay? All right, so I get my next strip. All right, there we go. Okay, so this one we went under, so the next one we're going to go over. So I'm going to put my finger under the fish and push this first piece down so I can go under. Then it goes over the next one. And kind of keep it short up here. It's easier, I think. So we're going to go over, then under, then over, and then under, and then over. Okay, I'm going to get my next strip. Okay, so I had over on this side, so I now know I have to go the opposite on the next one. I'm going to go under, then over. It's a little tighter now because your strips are filling in the space. So just keep doing over, under. Okay, when it gets really tight, just bend the head of the strip and push it down through the slat. And then you can push up with your finger and push it through. Now watch, it's really getting tight now. That's good. Sometimes you might want to just kind of push your paper down again. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to look for the opening and I'm just going to push it in. Okay? And then just gently push them down because we want to make room for our last strip, our fifth one. All right, here we go. So we did under, so this time we're going to go over. And so it's really easy just to push that strip up to make room so we can just slide it through. Okay, so do that again. Push it up so you can slide it through. Over. We're going to go under in our last one. Push it up with your finger. And see how I'm kind of pushing over here? And just sliding it through. Okay? All right, so now we finished our weaving. Isn't that cool? And depending on what color combination you picked, yours will look different. But weaving is just a really beautiful way of showing color and pattern. I love it. Okay, so now this is the next important part. Okay, now it's very open-ended. You could leave it like this. You could cut all the strips and just cut it right up against the fish's body and cut those off. Okay, same thing on the top. And then you would just have this look, right? But I saw this and I thought this was another fun way to create a fin. And that's really what we're trying to do. So do you see how these strips are on the top? I'm going to pull the first one down to just above the fish's head, right about there. And then I'm just going to stagger so that it kind of starts to look like a hill, like they're going up a hill. And as I get higher and higher, right? You see that? Okay, so I'm going to leave that like that. So there's that. Now at the bottom, they're really long, and maybe that's the look you like. You see it? But here is something that's pretty cool too. Taking your scissors, you can cut at an angle. Do you see how my scissors are diagonal? Not straight, but you could cut straight too. It's really on the look you're going for. But I'm going to put mine at an angle. So really what that's going to look like do you see where I drew the line? That's where my scissors are going to cut, just on those first two. Okay, so I'm going to cut. And maybe you want to do that for yourself, or have the adult help you do that. All right, now these last three, I'm going to do the same thing, but a little bit lower. So I'll show you with my pencil. All right, so do you see where I drew the lines? So I'm going to cut right on those lines. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so it gives it kind of a fun look. Now we're not done. If you want, you can do the same on the top. I'm going to draw the line so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so see how I've made it an angle with the pencil? Again, if you want, you can have an adult do that. And now I'm just going to cut right on those lines. And now with our woven strips, we have created the fish's fin, or fins, sorry. All right, so you have extra pieces of paper now. If you want to do a collage, you could take the bits and put them over and all around and give your fish some more patterns. You also have a triangle extra piece. That's fun to add if you want it to be behind the fish's tail. You're going to glue that on. You could make it three-dimensional by bending the corner, or two-dimensional, not three. And all you would be doing is taking that corner that you've bent and gluing that down. Here, I'll use some tape to show you. Okay. So I've glued just the piece right there. I think my fish is upside down. Yeah, there he is. So I've glued or taped the piece down there to kind of give him some movement. All right. And then your eye is going to get glued right over here. And now you have your woven fish. And don't forget, this is kind of a basic, simple design, you can also add accents with colors. So if you want to take your markers or your crayons and add some detail, don't forget you've got collage pieces, so you could add some pieces all around. All right, but that is your woven fish. He's really cute.